The offensive
Antonio
guard, right?
Tripp.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
The offensive guard, correct?
The offensive guard, yeah. 6'3", 300.
Mm-hmm.
He's a top 20
DMV.
guard in the country, interior offensive lineman out of
Mm-hmm.
so Mario Cristobal goes up to Maryland. I was
Maryland,
trying
the
to make
DMV,
something out of
baby.
that. That's the first thing I
Mm-hmm.
looked at. I said, "Oh, got him out of Maryland. Wow, what's
Mm-hmm.
the connection there?" He's the 7th rated player in the state. He's number 329 nationally. Owings Mills, Maryland, 2023 class. He had 17 offers, and there we go.
Well, you know, Mark, one thing about Coach Cristobal, and I love the way Kane's Twitter, hashtag Kane's Twitter, man. Make sure y'all be in Kane's Twitter. It's amazing. In Kane's Twitter, the main thing we're talking about is the thing we've needed to have fixed. We won't have to worry about, Mark, offensive line, defensive line. Those are two things we won't have to worry about moving forward. The trenches at Miami. Hopefully you can still hear me because my camera keeps freezing.
I got you.
Okay, cool. The trenches at Miami have been either subpar or above average for about a decade. You know, Mark, we've had a couple. We've had an R.J. McIntosh. We've had a John Feliciano, an Eric Flowers, a Sean Henderson. Um, Jalen Rivers this year, Navon Donaldson as a freshman, Gerald Willis, Kendrick Norton. We've had some Joe Jack. Like we've had a couple people that stood out, and there's a reason why I could call them out by name because they maybe had a season or two, as opposed to be like, you know what, Miami's offensive line, Miami's defensive line, period. You know, regardless of the last names on the back, regardless of the numbers in the front and in the back, it doesn't change. You're going to get quality offensive and quality defensive alignment from the University of Miami. And now you will have that. That's just, like I said, we won't have to worry about that. In Miami, isn't going to be really too loose on wide receiver. We're going to be really good at getting receivers and running backs. What we're going to have to really compete for is going to have to be cornerbacks, in my opinion. Cornerbacks and linebackers. Those are the two positions that I think Miami's going to have to really compete with the likes of Florida, the likes of LSU, with the likes of Bama, the likes of Georgia, Texas A&M for like the big premium guys. But Coach Cristobal spent such a great, 5 years over in the Pacific Northwest and Oregon, building a great relationship. And you're talking about a coach who has specified the importance of building a relationship 2 or 3 years out from commitment date. What that means is this young man who just committed to us has spoken about the relationship him and his family has had with the knowledge of or, direct connection from being invited to Oregon camps or things of that nature with Coach Cristobal and Coach Mirabal since he was a sophomore. Okay. And in some parts, by going to camps and things of that nature as a freshman. But he has had a previous connection with Coach Cristobal. Now, we all know Coach Cristobal recently lost his mother this past week, right before spring ball started for Miami. So it was a very emotional time for the University of Miami, for Kane's Twitter, and for the University of Miami, family, the U family, as we like to call it. It was a very emotional time. And this young man spoke about that in his commitment and saying that, the way that Coach Cristobal handled that and, he still communicate with us, still recruiting, even though going through a hardship like that. That's the coach I want to play for. That's the coach I want to fight for. That's a coach who's going to teach me how to be able to take the highs and lows of life and still keep going, regardless of what happens around us. And me and my family want to be a part of that. And that's who I want to be coached up by. And when he said that kind of stuff, man, it really hit home for a lot of us, man, Mark, because, we all go through things. And while you have the opportunity to be playing football or have a job or coaching or YouTube, whatever it is, life is still going to happen. That sun is still going to come up and it's going to come down. And then you're going to lose people, and you have to be able to still keep going and to have people around you to teach you how to be mentally strong enough to endure and to be able to be steadfast and keep going and see it through. That's important. So when this young man, spoke that way about his commitment, all I hope is that he stays a Miami Hurricane because that's the kind of young man you want to coach right there.